People always believed Yandy and Mendeecees had one of the most solid relationships in reality TV, but something happened recently that shocked everyone, and it played out in front of witnesses, cameras, and some well-known Atlanta faces. What went down was messy enough to damage reputations, cause a breakup, and turn social media upside down. The way Yandy responded left everyone stunned. And once people found out what triggered Mendeecees' reactionists, especially with Scrappy being part of it, became clear why security had to step in. Fans have followed Yandy and Mendeecees for years, watching them push through cheating accusations, legal battles, and business challenges. Yandy always stood strong by Mendeecees' side through every storm. But behind closed doors, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Rumors suggest that Mendeecees hadn't been acting loyal for quite a while. As for Yandy, she was reportedly sitting on secrets waiting for the right time to speak up. That time came during what should have been a casual night out. The couple arrived at an upscale lounge in Atlanta, dressed to impress. Yandy wore a striking designer look, and Mendeecees was freshly groomed, but those who were there noticed the weird energy between them right away. Yandy wasn't smiling much, and Mendeecees kept glancing at his phone. Then Scrappy walked in. Anyone who's followed their journey knows that Mendeecees and Scrappy have had a rocky friendship, sometimes tight, sometimes tense. Scrappy came over, greeted Yandy with a hug, and from that moment, the mood changed. Mendeecees' face dropped. After Scrappy stepped away, Yandy leaned in and whispered something that made Mendeecees slam his glass on the table. He snapped and questioned her, clearly upset. Yandy stayed cool and asked what he was talking about, which only made him angrier. He got up, told her to stop pretending, and accused her of playing dumb. Yandy, still calm, told him to take it. Up with Scrappy, that response pushed Mendeecees even further. He got red in the face, visibly shaking, and demanded an explanation. Yandy repeated that he already knew the answer. Security started approaching, sensing that things were about to go left. Then Mendeecees grabbed Yandy's arm, not aggressively, but firm enough for people to notice. Yandy quickly pulled away and warned him not to touch her again. At that moment, he completely lost control. He flipped the table, glass and bottles flying everywhere. Security rushed over to hold him back as he yelled at Yandy, saying she embarrassed him. Yandy didn't say much, she just smirked and repeated that he should talk to Scrappy. As security forced him toward the door, Mendeecees kept yelling, demanding answers. Scrappy happened to walk back in at the same time, looking clueless. When Mendeecees saw him, he lost it again, screaming that Scrappy was the one Yandy had been seeing behind his back. Yandy didn't deny it. Instead, she told Mendeecees, maybe he would have known what was going on if he'd been paying more attention. Scrappy didn't seem bothered. He simply said, "It is what it is, bro," which only made things worse. Mendeecees tried to go at him, but security blocked him. Behind closed doors, sources say Mendeecees is furious. He's already contacted his legal team, and he wants to cut all ties with Yandy, both personally and financially. He's hurt and feels like he was betrayed by two people he trusted. Yandy, meanwhile, didn't try to cover anything up. The next day, she posted a cryptic message on Instagram that read, "What's done in the dark always comes to light." Now everyone is asking questions. How long had this been going on? Did Yandy really cheat with Scrappy? And why hasn't Scrappy denied anything? According to people close to the situation, this is only the beginning. Mendeecees is getting ready to speak out, and insiders say his version of events could stir up even more chaos within the love and hip-hop scene. That wild night might have been the spark, but the real storm is still coming. After the lounge incident, Yandy didn't rush out. She stayed, ordered another drink, and kept talking to Scrappy like nothing major had just happened. Witnesses say Scrappy whispered something to her that made her laugh out loud. And that laugh confirmed for many that their connection wasn't new. It felt like something that had been building in secret for a while, and the drama didn't stop there. Later that night, Yandy and Scrappy were spotted arriving at a luxury hotel in downtown Atlanta. He had his arm around her, and they weren't hiding from cameras or onlookers. The next morning, Yandy posted another story on Instagram, sitting in a car passenger seat while Scrappy drove. The caption was the same as before. "What's done in the dark always comes to light." That was the final piece for many fans. Social media blew up as people started connecting the dots. The comments came flooding in, with users saying Mendeecees had been right all along. Within hours, the story was picked up by major blogs. The Shade Room, TMZ, and Hollywood Unlocked all posted about it. The headlines made it clear, Yandy seen with Scrappy after huge fight with Mendeecees. Twitter went wild. People were saying Yandy left Mendeecees for Scrappy, and now Scrappy was getting the blame for wrecking a relationship. Fans couldn't help but wonder what Mendeecees would do next. Mendeecees couldn't believe what he was hearing when his manager called about the hotel pictures. He was furious, pacing around, yelling over the phone, asking how Yandy could think she'd get away with something like this. That's when he decided to speak out. He contacted a friend who runs a big gossip page in Atlanta and shared everything. According to Mendeecees, Yandy and Scrappy had been seeing each other behind his back for months, and it happened while he was away working and trying to secure their future. Apparently, Yandy had been meeting up with Scrappy without knowing, and now there's evidence to back it up. Close sources say Mendeecees has seen messages from her phone showing she was planning these meets. What hurts him even more is that these hangouts usually happened when he was traveling for work. Yandy may have thought she covered her tracks, but it's all come out now. And it turns out Erica Banks had already tried to warn him. But he didn't listen, assuming she was just trying to create drama. Looking back, he realizes she was telling the truth the whole time. What's bothering Mendeecees the most is how bold they were about everything. Yandy and Scrappy didn't even try to keep things quiet among people they both knew. It was like they didn't care who found out. And Mendeecees, he's not going to just take the hit quietly. People are saying he's already planning to speak publicly in an interview with a popular blog, hoping to lay everything out. He's also preparing for a possible face-off with Scrappy during the next Love and Hip Hop reunion. If that happens, things are going to get heated fast, and fans are expecting some real drama on screen. People are now questioning how long this has been going on, and why Yandy hasn't come out to clear the air. Scrappy might seem like he's on top right now, but if Mendeecees shares his version, it could seriously damage both of their reputations. Even though Mendeecees hasn't said much online since everything blew up, sources say he's working behind the scenes and planning his next steps. Meanwhile, the producers of Love and Hip Hop are getting ready to capture all of it on camera for the next season. Once this story airs, the viewership is expected to spike because everyone wants to see how this messy situation unfolds. As things kept spiraling, the drama between Mendeecees, Yandy, and Scrappy only got more intense. Once the hotel photos of Yandy and Scrappy went viral, fans started picking sides. Some thought maybe Mendeecees had done something to push Yandy away, while others felt she completely crossed the line by getting with Scrappy. But for Mendeecees, it wasn't just about betrayal, it was the fact that it was so public and humiliating. Instead of staying silent, he decided to act. People close to him say the cheating was one thing, but the disrespect cut deeper. He was tired of being made to look like a joke. His first move, he reportedly reached out to Mona Scott Young, the creator of Love and Hip Hop, and told her that Scrappy needed to be dropped from the show. Sources say he gave her an ultimatum: either Scrappy goes or he walks. Mona didn't turn him down. In fact, word is she's planning a sit-down between all three to get everything on camera. But that wasn't the only plan he had. Mendeecees also started talking to legal advisors. He's thinking about suing Scrappy for emotional distress and claiming that the situation hurt his business. He says that since the scandal hit, he's lost out on deals and partnerships. He even claims that Yandy used their shared money to fund those secret trips with Scrappy. If he can prove that in court, it could lead to big legal trouble for both of them. While Mendeecees is building his case, Yandy seems unbothered on the surface. After the pictures hit the internet, she went live on Instagram with a glass of wine, playing Irreplaceable by Beyoncé. Her caption, "Moving on." Scrappy didn't stay quiet either. He posted a photo with the words "loyalty over everything," which fans quickly pointed out was ironic considering the situation. Mendeecees is gearing up to speak out, reportedly lining up an exclusive interview with major outlets like TMZ. And the Shade Room, he plans to expose everything's secret meetings, shady finances, and receipts showing Yandy used their shared money for Scrappy. Meanwhile, he's also pushing to block Scrappy from future deals and even crafting a diss track that calls out both Yandy and Scrappy. Rumor says Scrappy's ready with a response. Yandy may seem calm, but sources say she's worried and trying to get Mona Scott to ease the heat. But Mona wants it all on camera. With the Love and Hip Hop reunion around the corner, fans are bracing for chaos. Will Mendeecees really shut things down? Stay tuned. If you don't want to miss the next twist in this wild drama, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when the story unfolds.